12-year-old Mahendra Ahirwar cannot support his own body. His muscles are almost non-existent. This is how Mahendra sees the world.
No child should be allowed to grow to 12 years of age without this having been dealt with.
Mahendra's plight has touched people around the world.
People have pledged £10, £5.
We raised around about £12,500.
Surgery is now possible, but will be risky and challenging.
I haven't done this kind of surgery on a boy with his disorder before, and so for me it's a first.
The operation could kill him, but it's Mahendra's only chance of seeing the world as others do and leading a normal life. Mahendra's home is a remote village with a population of just 800. Here, life is simple, work is scarce, and medical healthcare is virtually non-existent. "12-year-old Mahendra was born with a condition called congenital myopathy, leaving the muscles in his body thin, weak, and underdeveloped. As well as not being able to walk, Mahendra is unable to lift his head and has an upturned view of life around him. Mahendra's mother, Sumitra, has 3 other healthy children.
फिर महेंद्र भाव फिर छोटा सा थोड़ी कमजोर भी है वो। और 4-5 महीना बाद बिल्कुल हमको पता नहीं चला, सही रहा। फिर झुकाई उसने थोड़ी थोड़ी गर्दन, 6-7 डॉक्टर के पास ले गए, वो ठीक हो नहीं रहा, आराम लग नहीं रहा। कोई बोलता तेरे को तो बहुत बुरा दंड मिल रहा तुझे, तो ये तो दंड मिल रहा, तूने कुछ कर हुआ है तो दंड पाप मिल रहा है। ऐसे बोले घर के बाहर के। कितने बात लगा।
Some villages have branded the family as sinners, a strong belief reinforced by the local Hindu priest.
यदि माता पिता बुरी संगत करते हैं, बुरे कर्म करते हैं, चोरी डकैती या किसी से मारपीट या वेश्यावृत्ति, कुछ भी काम करते हैं, इसकी फल किससे बच्चे को भोगना पड़ता है।
कोई ऐसा भी बोलता है तो सबकी वो सुनने पड़त, सबकी सुनने पड़त, मजबूरी है बिल्कुल।
With 6 mouths to feed, Mahendra's mother and father can't afford to turn down work. But Mahendra is too fragile to be left alone and must be taken along.
उसका मैं ये नहीं बता सकता हूँ कि मैं 10 दिन लगा लेता हूँ, कभी 20 दिन लगा लेता हूँ, कभी कभी 5 ही दिन लगे कोई महीना में, कोई महीना में बिल्कुल नहीं लगे, अपने वही घर के काम में लगे रहे। यहाँ सो मतलब खावे गेहूँ खर्चा कम पड़ा तो काम को भागे। फिर अगर मैं वो पैसा होता है अगर इतना कि हमारा, तो मैं अभी तक तो उसके हो ही जाता वो ठीक।
Some villagers believe Mahendra is a burden and a curse.
आदमी बोला तू भी सेवा नहीं होने करी ना हो रही थे कहीं भी छोड़ देखा, मेरे घर में एक ही है तो मैं तो जय सोचत के भगवान दे तो ही ना इसे वो कैसो दा वो दो ही बहुत थे।
Socially condemned and excluded from everyday life, Mahendra can only watch as his sister and brother go to school. Although he's bright, the school can't support Mahendra's physical disability.
मैं चाहता हूँ कि स्कूल में जाऊँ, बच्चों के साथ पढ़ूँ, आगे बढ़ जाऊँ तो ठीक है।
This leaves him isolated and lonely.
खेलते हैं तो उल्टा दिखता है। बच्चे खेलते रहते हैं तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं भी खेल सकूं, लेकिन मैं खेल नहीं पाता था। अगर बच्चे इस तरफ खेलने चले जाते, मैं अकेला पड़ जाता तो मुझे बहुत दुख होता। अगर मेरे जीवन में कोई बदलाव ले आ सकूं तो मेरी गर्दन को कौन ठीक कर दे।
Mahendra's lonely existence could now be transformed. His condition has attracted the attention of people all over the world, including Liverpool-based mother of two, Julie Jones.
It upsets me to see such a young boy in such a terrible state. You know, he just looks so poorly and thin and unhappy. A lot of the comments seem to be, how can we donate? I hope a legitimate way to offer financial assistance can be set up.
Feeling compelled to help, Julie has created a fundraising page.
It's really easy to set up a fundraising campaign. It takes approximately 10 minutes to enter all the information that you need. So I'm just putting the title in, the amount, and setting a target of £10,000. I just need to add a photograph now of Mahendra for the project. As much information as possible will help sell the campaign. Basically that's it, and instantly the campaign will go live. It's online and accessible to thousands of people.
But can help from 4,000 miles away really transform Mahendra's isolated life? Twelve-year-old Mahendra was born with almost no working muscles in his body.
महेंद्र को लेकर ये डरे कि महेंद्र की ज्यादा हालत खराब है, नीचे पत्थर की तरह रहता है।
Unable to lift his head, Mahendra is believed to be cursed by many in his village.
जब मैं देखता हूँ अपने शरीर को तो मुझे बुरा लगता है, इसलिए कि आदमी भी देखते हैं तमाशा, इसलिए कि मैं देखता हूँ तो मुझे बुरा लगता है।
But after learning of his condition, Julie Jones in the UK set up a global fundraising campaign. Her target is £10,000.
I forgot about it for a week, and then it was only when I logged back in and realised, you know, there was a lot of donations rolling in. There's donations from all over the world. There's people that have donated from America, India, and lots of different amounts. People have pledged £10, £5, 20, 50. Someone's donated £300. The total is now £12,676. So we've exceeded the target by over £2,500 in less than a month. It's amazing. I'm over the moon, delighted.
The money raised means Mahendra will be seen by leading spinal surgeon Dr. Raj Krishnan. After 25 years working for the NHS in the UK, Dr. Krishnan is now based in Delhi.
I came to India to deal with patients whose disorders were so horrendous that apparently no one in India wanted to touch them.
He is the senior consultant at one of India's top private hospitals, where he specialises in complex deformities of the spine.
I do it because, one, it's challenging, two, it's complex, it requires a lot of thinking and planning, and if their lives can be improved in any way, that gives me satisfaction.
Julie's online fund will pay for travel and hospital fees, but he has offered to treat Mahendra for free.
I would rather see a smile on the face of a child than make millions.
Mahendra could now travel to Delhi for treatment that could transform his life.
पहले आप और की सब जनन की, जूली बहन की और जन जन लगे हैं, उसका तो नाम मेरे को पता नहीं है, तो उनका भी बहुत। अब सोचत में कि भगवान का जुड़ जाए तो ठीक भी हो सके महेंद्र।
His father prays the journey will be successful.
माँ, कोटि कोटि में माफ देना, रोंगट रोंगट में माफ देना।
Before they leave, he invites the village priest for a special blessing.
ओम गोविंदाय नमो नमः। ओम महापवर्तुगतो विया पुण्डीकाक्षाय तम शुचि पुण्डीकाक्षाय तम पुनाहित। ओम भूर्भुवः। देवी देवता होते हैं, हम सब देवताओं को लिए आहुति देते हैं, हवन करते हैं और उनकी प्रार्थना करते हैं। हम भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं, उनकी स्तुति करते हैं, उनको प्रसन्न करते हैं। बोलो कामता नारायण की। मनसो जाता पश्यन्ति प्रतिष्ठायां सकलम साप्तिमा प्राणाहि। ओम भूर्भुवः रुद्राय देवता।
The next day, Mahendra's parents take blessings from the women of the village to bring them luck. Leaving the older children behind, the family head to the railway station. To begin the 400-mile journey to Delhi.
तो हमें आशा है साहब के करें कुछ न कुछ तो मदद करी हमारे पास, तो काव एकदम सही हो जाए, काव कुछ थोड़ी बहुत होए, काव लोग ख़त्म भी हो सके, भगवान जैसे कुछ में कछु तो करे हैं।
तो जैसे अकेला गया, मैंने कहीं सोचा, मैंने कहीं मन में सोचता रहा कि अगर इतनी बड़ी मशीन में मेहनत जाएगा,
It's an 11-hour journey throughout the night before the train pulls into Delhi.
अगर मैं अपने जीवन में बदलाव तो कोई मुझे ठीक कर दे।
ना उसको कुछ डर भी नहीं है बिल्कुल, महेंद्र को, हमको चाहे डर भी है और महेंद्र को बिल्कुल डर नहीं है। बोले मम्मी मुझे नहीं डर लगा था।
At the Indraprashta Apollo Hospital, Dr. Krishnan will examine Mahendra and decide if he can help him.
महेंद्र, कैसे हो? महेंद्र, तुम्हारा सिर सीधा कर रहा हूं, ठीक है? अब यहीं पे रोक के रखो, गिरने नहीं देना। इसको हाइपोटोनिया कहते हैं। मसल्स काम तो कर रहे हैं लेकिन इतना पावर नहीं है, तो सिर जो है सपोर्ट के बिना गिर जाता है।
Hypertonia, sometimes called floppy baby syndrome, is detected and treated at birth in the UK.
अब इसकी बाजू देखें।
Intensive physiotherapy would have prevented further complications.
The boy has stiffness because he hasn't been exercised. The legs have assumed that fixed position, and the joint, the tendons, everything has adapted to that stiff position. Those are called contractures. He's got contractures in the elbows. I can't straighten them fully. He's got contractures in the wrists.
With early diagnosis, Dr. Krishnan would have been able to do more for Mahendra.
अभी से ही बता देता हूँ, इसकी जो मसल्स है हिप पे, जिसकी वजह से आदमी स्ट्रेट खड़ा हो सकता है, चल सकता है, वो बहुत कमज़ोर है। वो इतने खराब है, चलने का उम्मीद बहुत कम है। ठीक है, मैं सच ही बोलता हूँ, सो आप लोगों को मिसलीड नहीं करना चाहता हूँ। He's been neglected for far too long, and this is the consequence. We'll correct what we can at this stage.
Dr. Krishnan can do nothing to treat Mahendra's muscle disorder or his stiff limbs. But there's a chance he may be able to tackle the deformity in his neck.
Thank you. There we go.
He orders a series of X-rays, a CT scan, and an MRI to determine if surgery is possible.
It was a bit of a shock to me when I saw Mahendra. No child should be allowed to grow to 12 years of age without this having been dealt with years ago.
The first thing Dr. Krishnan looks at is the condition of Mahendra's spine.
You notice the curve there? It's bent to the right, isn't it? So it's adapted to that position. Parental ignorance, illiteracy, and possibly medical indifference contributes greatly to the development of these disorders and their progression. So the head tipping to one side has curved the upper thoracic spine. I didn't see neglected children like these during my UK stay. Here, I'm seeing them virtually every day. I think another year he would have become unstable.
Mahendra's deformities are so severe, without treatment, a fall could break his neck or paralyze him. But today's tests offer a glimmer of hope.
The deformity is not as severe as I thought it was on the MRI. And I think the surgery is now eminently doable and hopefully with minimal complications.
The biggest risk to Mahendra during surgery will be anesthesia.
अब तुम लंबा सांस लो बेटा।
ऐसे लो, ऐसे और लो।
इसका ये देख रहे हो, यहाँ भी ज़्यादा हिल नहीं रहा। ये देख रहे हो, जब लंबा सांस लेते हैं हम लोग, तो छाती फूलता है। इसका देखो।
Mahendra has very poor lung function. It will affect his ability to tolerate the anesthetic and survive surgery.
खतरा तो है, सिंपल ऑपरेशन नहीं है। बहुत तेज बुखार हो सकता है, दिल रुक सकता है, चेस्ट कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो सकते हैं क्योंकि इसकी फेफड़े और डायफ्राम अच्छी तरह काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। क्योंकि चेस्ट इन्फेक्शन हो गया तो जान को खतरा है। इतने साल से तुम्हारा गर्दन इतना टेढ़ा है, तुम चाहते हो सीधा हो जाओ या ऐसे ही छोड़ दें? तुम बताओ।
चाहते हो सीधा हो जाए।
और मंडे ऑपरेशन है, ठीक है?
तो ऑपरेशन का नाम ही डर कितना होता है, तो मुझे डर लगता है।
Surgery could change Mahendra's life, but there's a strong possibility it could kill him.
इसलिए कि ऑपरेशन हो रहा है कि कहीं खतरा न हो जाए।
In Liverpool, news of Mahendra's imminent surgery has reached Julie, and she too is feeling nervous.
I am concerned that this procedure, is quite dangerous. It is a big worry, because I worry that what if this doesn't go right? Then, that's my fault. I am concerned that, if there is any sort of dangers with this procedure, then maybe he would have been better left the way he was.
– 6:30 a.m. It's time for Mahendra to go to theatre. He is looking forward to the life-changing operation that will give him a new view of the world.
जब मैं 3 दिन के बाद जाऊंगा तो मुझे मकान सर के दिखेंगे, आदमी भी सर के दिखने लगेगा और तुम भी सर के दिखने लगोगे.
But his mother is trying to put on a brave face.
अब अगर मैं रोने लगूं ना तो वो भी रोने लगे. मैं डर डर बता रही तो वो डर लग रहा.
Mahendra's father has been at the hospital temple since dawn.
थोड़ी टेंशन तो है ही है, और डॉक्टर ने भी बता दिया छोटा मोटा होता कहीं हाथ पैर का तो बात लगती. उसका गर्दन का ऑपरेशन है, बड़ा ऑपरेशन है. मतलब जब नींद में खो जाएगा ये, थोड़ी जगाना मुश्किल पड़ेगा. थोड़ी क्या होता है ऊपर वाला क्या है उसकी मर्जी कि ठीक करता है तो उसको ले लेता है.
The plan is to fuse the vertebrae from the base of Mahendra's skull to the top of his spine. A titanium plate will permanently keep his head upright. Making an incision along his back is the safest option, but for Mahendra, this is far too risky.
There is absolutely no muscle in the back of his spine or the neck. There is just skin. There isn't even fat. It's just bones there. It won't accommodate screws. They will actually stick through his skin and possibly erode through in a few months. That would be a disaster.
So Dr. Krishnan is forced to reach Mahendra's spine through his neck. But a large incision here is also extremely dangerous.
The problem is I have concerns about the fragility of his skin. So if I do manage to fix everything, but I end up with the skin dead, then the risk of infection and further complications would be so catastrophic as to kill him.
Mahendra's surgery will be uncharted territory. His head bent upside down to the right is the first case seen anywhere in the world.
I have done extensive neck reconstructions for tumors, major infections and so on, but I haven't done this kind of surgery on a boy with his disorder before. And so for me, it's a first.
With the anesthetic being administered, it's time for Mahendra's mother to say goodbye. Fearing it may be the last time she sees him alive.
और साहब आप दिल्ली ले आई दवाई इलाज के लाने तो साहब ये डर है कि अगर ऑपरेशन हो तो मैं कुछ खतरा होगा, महेंद्र ख़त्म होगा तो दुनिया का बोले कि देखो तो दिल्ली ले गई थी तो वो दवाई के लिए नहीं ले गई थी, मारने के लिए ले गई थी उसने.
Born with a unique condition and almost no working muscles in his body, 12-year-old Mahendra sees the world upside down. Excluded and demonized in his village, his parents have brought him to Delhi for a life-changing operation.
जिंदा रहे तो जो तक मरो खत्म हो जाता भगवान को जो सोचत में.
Pioneering surgeon Dr. Krishnan believes he may be able to straighten Mahendra's neck. But Mahendra is weak and may not survive this groundbreaking operation.
I have to admit, it actually is probably the first of its kind, this surgery.
Dr. Krishnan estimates surgery will take 4 hours, but making the first incision exposes a major problem.
The muscle is practically absent, so I don't want to go straight through into it. Oh dear, oh dear. There is no normal anatomy here. This is the carotid artery, and this blue structure is the jugular vein.
The carotid arteries and jugular vein are major vessels that supply blood to the neck, face and brain.
That is the artery, which you can see pulsating very well.
In a normal child, they would be protected by layers of muscle and fat.
That's abnormal, completely abnormal.
With such challenging anatomy, there is very little room for error. If Dr. Krishnan accidentally cuts a major blood vessel, Mahendra could bleed to death.
Scissors! Where is he? Come on, Michael, don't bugger about. Thank you.
Finding the spine and vertebrae is taking more time and is far more dangerous than Dr. Krishnan originally anticipated.
I have to find the esophagus, you see. I think I can feel it, but I'm not sure.
If surgery is successful, it will transform not only Mahendra's life, but his mother's too. In her village, she is blamed for her son's disability.
अब उदास को तो कोई पारा ही नहीं है, सब पहले से भी परेशान है। मैं 12-13 साल चल रही, जब से भी परेशान है।
Dr. Krishnan has been operating for 2 hours and has finally reached Mahendra's esophagus.
Thank God for that. This is the food pipe. It's a flat ribbon. If the esophagus is injured, the surgeon doesn't realize it, leaves it, and they die.
Before Dr. Krishnan can expose the spine, he needs to identify and tie off the major vessels without damaging them.
I can't really use scissors here because the big blood vessels are straight in front of you. I have no intention of being a speed freak and causing problems for him. I think safety first. Okay, artery forceps. Oh God.
Mahendra's family still have no news and are unaware of the complications unfolding in theatre. Mahendra's been asleep 3 hours. Dr. Krishnan finally reaches the spine.
That is the spine. Disc, vertebra, disc. So I've got 2 levels above and 3 levels below exposed, but I need to refine it a little bit.
The neck contains nerves that directly stimulate the heart. As Mahendra's neck is manipulated, his heart rate begins to drop rapidly. The anesthetic team intervene quickly.
So we have to give a little more anesthesia.
Stitch cutting?
The most common reason is that maybe patient is responding to some stimulus.
This is a stress response to surgery. With more anesthesia, Mahendra's heart rate returns to normal.
It's the anesthetic which actually determines patient safety.
Still unaware of the mounting complications in theatre, Mahendra's mother can do nothing but wait.
बहुत टाइम लगा ऑपरेशन में तो ये बुलाते 4 घंटा ये बुलाते 4 घंटा इतना टाइम लगा
The next stage is to remove the discs between Mahendra's vertebrae.
The disc acts as a shock absorber. That's what gives the spine the cushioning effect. That is the disc coming out. I'm taking the disc out at every level I need to fuse to create the space for the bone graft. I'm taking it off piecemeal. It's piecemeal extraction.
With all the discs now finally out, a second team of surgeons extract fragments of bone from Mahendra's pelvis.
Each piece will be placed into the gaps in the neck to fuse the vertebrae together.
Using an ultrasonic bone cutter, the fragments of pelvic bone are cut into small pieces. They are placed into the gaps between Mahendra's vertebrae.
Valet, wait. Give me the smaller punch. That ridiculous looking punch.
मैंने का ऑपरेशन नहीं हो जो तक देख आने में लो जो तक कोई विश्वास नहीं है बहुत डर भी लग रहा बहुत देखे कहाँ भी लग रहा होगा कब देख लूँ।
To hold the bone graft in place and help fusion, a titanium plate will be screwed onto Mahendra's neck.
Sloping hota na vertebra. Okay, locking screwdriver.
Dr. Krishnan must ensure the screws don't damage the newly inserted bone graft. Julie, who raised the money for Mahendra's surgery, has put her life on hold and flown to Delhi.
It's important that I can see the outcome from Mahendra. Going to the hospital, meeting his family, it's all very exciting, but also quite scary.
In the operating theatre, an X-ray confirms the screws are in the correct place.
Because the vertebrae are fused together, he's not going to be able to bend his neck or straighten it. I'll have to protect him in a brace for at least 6 weeks, if not longer. If this fails, we have a big problem. The next 2 or 3 days will be quite crucial. Hopefully he doesn't develop an infection, so we have to watch him very carefully. We're not out of the woods yet.
After 10 hours in theatre, surgery is finally over, and Mahendra is taken to the paediatric intensive care unit. It's been an agonizing wait for his parents.
Hello, Mahendra. Mahendra. He's opening eyes. He's conscious. We don't want him conscious. We want him to be sedated.
To be sedated right now.
And sleeping all the time.
उल्टो
रोना नहीं है, सब ठीक हो गया बच्चे.
हाँ चलो
ठीक है, रोना नहीं है. Good. आ जाए.
Mahendra has survived surgery, but is now vulnerable to infection.
तो इन्फेक्शन को खत्म करने के लिए ताकि नहीं हो, तो आपको बार बार आना अंदर नहीं होता, क्योंकि हमारे कपड़े साफ नहीं होते, आप भी कपड़े बांधते हैं. दिन में एक बार या 2 बार आपको मिलेंगे. तो बच्चों को अंदर नहीं लेकर आना है, आप दोनों आ सकते हैं. तो जितने कम लोग आते हैं उतनी इन्फेक्शन कम होती है. ठीक है.
Mahendra will remain sedated and in isolation for 3 days. Over the next 48 hours, he is monitored frequently. X-rays show his lungs are clear. So far, there's no sign of a chest infection.
मौत के मुंह में ऐसे समझो, वो बच के भी आ गया तो हम समझ लो हमारी भूख प्यास भी मिट गई, समझ लो सब कुछ हमें अच्छा है.
Dr. Krishnan has never operated on a child with such a severe deformity and wants to see how successful it's been. He encourages a nervous Mahendra to sit up for the first time.
अब सीधा हो जाओ, उस तरफ देखो. नहीं होता? Okay, he probably is still a bit groggy. अब ऐसे रुक के ठीक लग रहा है तुम्हें? सामने देख पा रहे हो ना, उल्टा तो नहीं देख रहे हो अब? Well, he's still a bit weak, but before the surgery, his head would gradually shift to the right and drop down. So at the moment, it's staying straight.
The surgery seems successful, but an X-ray taken last night reveals a sudden problem with Mahendra's lung.
As you can see, the left lung is opaque. We were worried about cardiopulmonary complications, which has already presented itself.
Mahendra's airways are blocked with mucus. If he doesn't clear it by himself, it could develop into the fatal infection everyone fears. A spirometer will increase his ability to breathe more deeply by helping him to expand his lungs and clear out the mucus. While Mahendra's parents wait for him to recover, Julie is racing through the streets of Delhi.
I'm quite nervous to see how the operation went and to see how his recovery is going. I pictured it in my mind, that moment when I first see him. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to react. I don't know what to expect, really. I hope he's not in a really bad way.
At the hospital, Julie is unprepared for the greeting she receives from Mahendra's mother. And at the seriousness of Mahendra's condition.
Just seeing him like this, it's just shocking, really. You know, it's shocking for a child to be like this, and it's really sad.
With no visible improvement, Mahendra remains dangerously at the edge of life. With a severely deformed neck, 12-year-old Mahendra has no one to play with and is excluded from everyday life. He has survived pioneering surgery to straighten his bent neck. But Dr. Krishnan has discovered a potentially life-threatening blockage in his lung. A weak chest prevents him clearing the mucus himself, so doctors must now intervene. If they don't, Mahendra could develop pneumonia and die. It's uncomfortable for Mahendra to endure, but it's the only way he will recover. The following day, an X-ray reveals treatment has worked.
So all the concerns are receding now. I think he's out of danger.
Now in recovery, Mahendra is able to meet Julie, who raised the money for his surgery.
Hello, Mahendra. Hello. How are you feeling?
मैं बहुत खुश हूँ मेरा ऑपरेशन हो गया है मैं खुश हूँ मैं घर जाकर अपने दोस्तों के साथ बैठकर खेलना चाहूँगा और खेलूँगा और मैं दुआ दे सका और कुछ नहीं दे सका था.
You don't have to give anything back, Mahendra. Lots and lots of people care about you, and are just very pleased that they could help you. Taking it in a stride, isn't he? Because he knows in the long run, he's going to be better. Bless him.
It's a huge relief to Julie that Mahendra is out of danger and on the road to recovery. His parents are also extremely grateful.
जिन ने पैसे दिए महेंद्र के लिए तो उनका बहुत दुआ देना चाहती हूँ मैं. 12 साल तक महेंद्र ऐसा है जैसा कूड़ा जैसा कचरा फेंकने आता ना ऐसा फेंकती थी सब घर महेंद्र को. आज महेंद्र कहाँ है जहाँ किसी ने नहीं देखा जहाँ देख रहा है महेंद्र के साथ मैं भी देख रही.
Okay. So now your life and Mahendra's life will be easier.
हम अच्छे हो रहे ऐसे हो गई अच्छा खुश हो रहे.
Mahendra is now out of intensive care and in a general ward. In a few hours, Julie must leave for the UK, but not before she sees him one last time.
Football t-shirt, Liverpool, Mahendra.
Since his surgery, nobody has seen Mahendra smile. Until now.
महेंद्र बहुत खुश था, तो खिलौना ही रहोगे, भूल गए ऑपरेशन तो बिल्कुल है।
Likes cars.
जितना बहुत बॉस बन जाने बिल्कुल, अब घरे जाके गाड़ियों में बहुत खेल ले महेंद्र।
Got to go home. It was lovely to meet you. I'm glad I could help. Get better soon. Get strong. Enjoy all your new toys. I'm sad but happy. Happy to have helped him, but sad not to see him again, to be leaving. Mahendra's over the moon. He's overjoyed. He's not sad.
Mahendra's treatment and surgery has cost just over £3,000, leaving more than £9,000 for any future operations.
I'll probably follow him up for the next 5 years at regular intervals. I know he's going to need further surgery, which will be probably less drastic than this, and I already have plans.
Five weeks after his life-changing operation, Mahendra and his family have returned to their village. But life is very different. An anonymous donor has given Mahendra his own set of wheels.
जब से ये गाड़ी आई है तो मुझे बहुत खुशी है। मैं किसी के सहारे नहीं रहता। मैं बाहर भी चला लेता हूँ, यहाँ भी चला लेता हूँ, मैं दुकान में चला जाती।
कैसन मैन?
2 फ्रूटी दो और 1 टॉफी दो। तुम्हें कुछ खाना है? हाँ। क्या? इसको किसमें चॉकलेट खानी?
Mahendra is no longer excluded, but part of the gang.
अब लोग मुझे अपना रहे हैं। जब मेरे पास बच्चे नहीं रहते थे तो मैं दुखी होता था, और अब बच्चे भी आने लगे तो मुझे अच्छा भी लगने लगा। फिर तेज ऑपरेशन के बाद वो हमको देख सकता है, सही से खेल भी सकता है, वो ऊंची आवाज नहीं बोलता है हमेशा। मुझे देख के अच्छा लग रहा है और गाँव वालों भी देख के अच्छा लग रहा है। हाँ, मुझे अच्छा भी लग रहा है।
Surgery has not only freed Mahendra from a life of isolation, but it's liberated his mother.
अब गांव वाले भी, घर वाले भी बिल्कुल केस को कोई छी कर देते, दूर से देखाते। ठीक है, अच्छा लगा देते, ठीक है। अब तो जैसे पहले कम बोलते, अब ज्यादा। महेंद्र खां बोलत, महेंद्र जौन बोलत भी ना थे वे भी बोलत। अब महेंद्र ठीक हो। चलो भाई, महेंद्र धीरे धीरे अब चलन लग है। तो गई थी, नहीं तो मैं नहीं गई। ये जैसे और है तो कहीं बैठ जात में, जैसे अब गाड़ी पे बैठा दो तो कहीं बाहर औरतें बैठी हैं।
And there's one other big surprise. Mahendra's picked up a pen for the first time. Now that he can see and sit up straight, there's even talk of him attending school.
तो बस मम्मी मोर नाम भरा दो, चलो कब भराने मोर नाम।
I think it'll be wonderful to see how Mahendra does in the future when he grows into a young man. I think he's a remarkable boy.
जब मेरी उम्मीद नहीं थी मैं ठीक हो सकता हूँ, अब जब मैं ठीक हो गया तो मेरे सपने बढ़ गए और मैं दुकान खोलना चाहता हूँ और मैं कुछ बनना भी चाहता हूँ।